Hey everyone, and welcome back to Low Podcast de Philippe. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our deep dives. And today, we're going to be talking about something, well, pretty incredible. A new AI system that seems to be as smart as the average human.
Yeah, you heard that right.
It's pretty wild, isn't it? This AI called O3. It was developed by OpenAI, you know, the same people who made ChatGPT.
Right.
And what's got everyone talking is that O3 got a score of 85% on the ARC-AGI test.
Okay, 85%. That's a pretty impressive number. But what does this ARC-AGI test actually involve? How can you even measure something as complex as intelligence?
Well, the ARC-AGI test it's interesting because it focuses on how well an AI can learn and adapt to new situations, but only with a few examples. And this ability to learn from limited data, it's called sampling efficiency. And it's a really key aspect of human intelligence.
So it's not just about like memorizing facts or, crunching numbers. It's about like figuring things out on the fly, the way we do in everyday life. Yeah, exactly. One way the test does this is by using visual puzzles with grids and shapes. So the AI is showed 3 examples of how these grids change. Maybe shapes move or they change color or disappear. And then, based only on those 3 examples, the AI has to figure out the rule and apply it to a new grid.
So it's kind of like those IQ tests we used to take, but for AI. And O3 is basically acing these tests.
That's right. And its performance on the ARC-AGI suggests that it's getting really good at seeing patterns and generalizing rules from just, limited data.
So is it possible that an AI that can learn like we do is on the path to becoming truly intelligent?
Yeah, that's a great question. And researchers are trying to figure that out. One theory is that maybe O3 is using something called weakest rules to learn and adapt. So this concept, it's all about finding the simplest, most universal explanation for something. For example, let's say you see a few apples fall from a tree. A strong rule might be that all red things fall from trees. But a weakest rule would be that objects with mass are pulled towards the earth by gravity.
Right.
You see how that weakest rule? It applies in more situations, so it's more adaptable and useful.
So maybe O3 is finding these simple explanations for the patterns it sees, which allows it to solve new problems better.
Exactly. But we still don't know for sure how O3 works. OpenAI hasn't really said much about how it works on the inside.
So there's still some mystery surrounding O3.
Yeah.
But we do have another interesting theory. The idea of chains of thought.
Oh, yeah. This theory comes from the guy who created the ARC-AGI test, and it suggests that O3 might be exploring different mental pathways, almost like internal thought processes, to solve the problems.
So it's almost like O3 is doing some sort of internal brainstorming session.
Yeah, like that. And what's really interesting is that researchers think O3 might be developing a heuristic, essentially a mental shortcut, to help it choose the best chain of thought.
Wow, that's incredible. It really feels like we're on the edge of something big with AI.
Right.
But we need to remember that. We're still in the very early stages of understanding what O3 can do.
Right.
Just because it does well on this one test doesn't mean it has achieved true artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. While O3's performance is amazing, we have to be cautious about saying it's reached human-level intelligence. True AGI wouldn't just be about, acing a test,
Yeah.
or even mastering games like Go. It'd be about, a much deeper understanding of the world, abstract concepts and emotions, the nuances of human interaction.
It's the difference between being good at math
Yeah.
and understanding what it means to be human.
Exactly. True AGI would be able to transfer knowledge and skills from one area to another, just like we do. It would learn new things without training and come up with solutions to problems we haven't even thought of.
That's a pretty high bar for any intelligence, artificial or otherwise. So where does O3 stand in relation to this idea of AGI?
Well, it's hard to say for sure. We're still trying to figure out if O3's success is just limited to one type of problem solving, or if it's a more fundamental understanding of the world.
Okay. But even if O3 isn't full-blown AGI, its capabilities are still really impressive. Scoring at a human level on a test of general intelligence, that's a big deal, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It opens up so many possibilities for what AI can do. Imagine AI that can help us solve scientific problems, develop new medical treatments, or even create art and music. That's as good as humans.
It's like we're entering this new era of human-machine collaboration, where AI can help us do things we never thought possible.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But as AI gets more powerful, it's really important to make sure that it aligns with our values and goals.
That's a good point. It's not just about what AI can do, but what it should do.
Exactly. This brings us to another important point, the real-world implications of these increasingly intelligent AIs.
Yeah, you're right. This isn't just some theory. AI is already impacting our lives, and it's only going to get bigger as systems like O3 become more common.
Right. Think about AI revolutionizing healthcare finance transportation. It could bring huge benefits. But it raises questions about how we manage these changes and make sure everyone benefits.
So we need to be having these conversations now, before AI gets too advanced.
I think so. We need to be proactive about shaping the future of AI. We need experts from lots of different fields, computer science, ethics, sociology, economics, to make sure AI is developed responsibly.
So it's not just about the technology,
Yeah,
but how we use it and integrate it into our lives.
exactly. We need to consider the ethical and social implications. Things like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the impact on jobs.
These are really important things to think about. We have to make sure AI is used to benefit everyone.
I agree. That's why it's so important to have open and honest conversations about all of this.
Yeah. It's clear that AI, like O3, gives us huge opportunities, but also big challenges.
That's a good way to put it. It's an exciting time, but it's also a time that needs careful thinking and responsible action.
So we've been talking about the potential of AI and some of the challenges. It's like we're trying to find a balance.
Yeah. We need to be both excited and careful, embrace the possibilities, but also be aware of the risks.
So going back to O3, what are some of the limitations we need to keep in mind? Even though it did great on that test, it's not a perfect solution, right?
No, definitely not. One thing is that O3 is limited by the data it learns from, just like any AI. If the data is biased or incomplete, the AI will make mistakes.
And even with perfect data, O3 doesn't have what we would call common sense, or a deep understanding of the world like humans. It can solve specific problems,
Yeah.
but it might not understand the bigger picture.
Yeah. We shouldn't think of O3 as a replacement for human intelligence. It's more like a tool, a powerful tool that can help us solve complex problems in new ways.
So what do you think the future holds for O3 and for AI in general?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's hard to say for sure. AI development is still pretty new, but I think the next few years are going to be really interesting with lots of opportunities and challenges.
Well, we've talked about a lot today, from O3 and the ARC-AGI test to the ethics of AI. Before we finish up, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Okay.
What if O3 really is a step towards real artificial general intelligence? What kind of future does that mean for us? What would a world with human-level AI be like? Or even superhuman AI? What new things could we achieve? What new problems might we face? These are questions we all need to think about, because the future of AI, well, it's not set in stone. It's up to us to shape it in a way that benefits everyone.
Well said. We'll be creating the future together.
That's a great point. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI.
It was great to be here.
And to our listeners, keep learning, keep asking questions, and be a part of the conversation about AI. Until next time.